U.S. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin says a weaker dollar is good for the U.S. when it comes to trade. His comments as he visits the World Economic Forum come ahead of President Trump's arrival in Switzerland. White House correspondent Mark Irons reports. Good evening, Mark.
Good evening, Lauren. The president leaves tonight for Davos, where he'll take his trade policies to the world stage. The White House says he'll push for practices that benefit American workers. The meeting promotes globalization and large international trade agreements, but Trump says America first. Piles of snow await the president's arrival in Davos, Switzerland. The question now, will other leaders warm up to his trade talk?
I consider legitimate for each country to say, my country first. No, I could say Italy first. Why not?
Italian Prime Minister Paolo Gentiloni hopes Trump's approach won't come at the expense of free and fair trade with other countries. While anti-Trump protesters in Switzerland would rather see him stay home, President Trump's chief economic advisor says the America First method will bring benefits beyond U.S. borders.
The president believes we can have truly win-win agreements. America First is not America alone. I said in my remarks, when we grow, the world grows. When the world grows, we grow.
Trump has shown disdain for large multi-country trade agreements, removing the U.S. from the Trans-Pacific Partnership. In Davos, the Canadian Prime Minister said Trump should stay in NAFTA, another trade agreement between Canada, Mexico, and the U.S.
We're working very hard to make sure that our neighbor to the south recognizes how good NAFTA is and that it has benefited not just our economy, but his economy and the world's economy.
And Pope Francis sends a message he hopes unifies all leaders in Davos, writing, "It is a moral imperative, a responsibility that involves everyone to create the right conditions to allow each person to live in a dignified manner." The Holy Father calls for new jobs, shared profits, and social justice. He also asks leaders to fight corruption and respect labor laws. Pope Francis ended his message to the World Economic Forum by saying he hopes leaders will be inspired above all else by the desire to advance the common good. Lauren.
Mark, won't the U.S. have very strong representation in Switzerland?
That's right. The U.S. is sending its largest delegation ever to attend the summit. It includes 10 members of the president's cabinet and senior White House staff. Trump is the first president to join the delegation since Bill Clinton.
White House correspondent Mark Irons reporting. Thank you, Mark.